social media. I always thought I was born at the perfect time. I got to witness Ronaldo and Messi in their primes. I just missed 9/11. Being black isn't illegal anymore. And Mario Kart. Literally just Mario Kart. But I'm questioning now if I was born in the right time period. Though if I go too far forward, then I'm probably paying £5 for a bottle of water. However, if I go too far back, then I might be able to get a job, but let's just say it's paying $0 per hour. Gen Z just appears to be miserable, and I don't blame us entirely. When I first got social media, I thought it was the coolest thing, and I still do. People around the world were connecting and sharing information and experiences, posting funny videos that people should definitely like and subscribe to. It was cool, and it wasn't very hateful either. Now, when you load up Twitter, it's like you're in Luffy's Infinite Tsukuyomi, how you're just bombarded with meat. Germany's greatest striker, and to be clear, it is not the man in this image, once said that his type is Erling Haaland. So I know he's tossing and turning in his grave in Argentina, knowing that his biggest fan is a Malteser from Atlanta, Georgia. Instagram is genuinely just Kendrick Lamar, because the best thing about it is hatred. As I scroll and get these instant dopamine hits that are already frying my mind, I see a completely innocent person just trying their hardest at doing something, but the comments are darker than under the bed. And I do leave a like on them, but just know I don't want to go to hell. However, some people have already put down their down payment for an apartment down there, all for a quick joke online. The unrealistic standards of social media are ridiculous, because according to them, you have to be emotionally open and available, but you must never cry. If you work one job but have no side hustle, then you're just a bum. If you've got the same amount of bodies as YNW Melly, then you're a hoe. But at the same time, the real niggas and the baddest bitches all have a roster. Bro, that's only 2 examples, and you can hear how ridiculously stupid it sounds to blindly follow social media. And for us as Gen Z, we were locked away and forced to retreat to our devices, and I feel like that's the moment where it peaked. People lost the ability to socialize and interact with one another, and now the only time they do it is on Snapchat or Tinder. But these artificial connections struggle to last, because oftentimes it's just not real. But speaking of Tinder, another factor that concerns the mental health of Gen Z is dating. The me that played street football as a kid would not be smiling at the me that sleeps diagonally in a bed designed for 2 people. As people grow older and we all start to see our friends significantly less, people naturally want to start dating, go out and see what's out in the world, build romantic connections. I'm already a lost cause because I follow Hoodville and listen to Future. Hurt people hurt people.
She belongs to the streets.
As people go searching for a lover, they usually stop and think, bro, where the hell should I even look? Looking for love in the club is like talking back to the police, because is the adrenaline really worth the eternal pain? And if you're my age and looking for love in a school, don't even subscribe. Just go ahead and close the YouTube app, open the phone app and dial 911. You can't find love at work because you have to know your role as a work husband. The moment you go from getting drinks after work to thinking about her before you fall asleep, just change your name to Sneeko, because the most love you'll get from her is watching the love she makes to her husband. Damn. Gen Z lacks a third place, and we're the first generation who has to deal with lacking a third place. We've seen the closure of thousands of youth clubs, nightclubs, skating alleys, libraries, countless places where people would have been otherwise able to meet somebody. And as the first generation to deal with this, we have nothing else to use but trial and error. And we are seeing a lot of error. Many only talk to the desired gender via dating apps, and they probably don't even meet up with people that they meet on there as well anyway. So all of their experience comes from tapping buttons on a screen, and you can be absolutely anybody you choose to be online. So you better hope you can carry on that fake persona when you finally do get the chance to meet up with her. With difficulties in finding partners and how much the world is currently pushing men versus women, people have gotten comfortable with not seeing anyone and instead use sites like OnlyFans to fulfill their social gratification. As in, people literally pay the OnlyFans fee just to have a conversation with the woman. If it ever gets to that point, just go ahead and look for some love in the club, my boy. I'm not even gonna hold you. Loneliness. The loneliness epidemic has hit the world like crack in the 80s, COVID in the 20s. I'm convinced some guys call up Leicester and request to go off the radar. Take notes on Madeleine McCann's incredible hide and seek tactics for the sole purpose of being unreachable to their friends and family, just so they can post quotes like, "Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. To this day, I still despise Sasuke for behaving like that. You have 11 whole friends who are willing to die to keep you safe, and yet you want to act like the world is against you. You're only sad because it's trending. Please shut the fuck up. Gen Z has been taught subconsciously to be comfortable within our own spaces. With women being told they're strong and independent, kids are scared of other kids because of what the media shows they're capable of, and men having to grind non-stop to reach a standard that isn't just unrealistic but for many impossible. These new societal norms create pressure on us as individuals, and with mental health still not being taken for as seriously as an issue as it is, many have nobody they can speak to about any of this, and so instead bottle up all of the pressure. But by putting a lid on it, you're only increasing that pressure until eventually we implode, because as the naturally social creatures that we are, we can't handle being at that depth. The reason why I think that telling women that they're strong and independent may be counterintuitive of embracing what it means to be a woman is because it eliminates their ability to be vulnerable, tender, and supportive. I'm only a naive boy, so I literally might be off, but I feel like femininity includes the ability to feel another person's pain and emotion. It's a motherly, nurturing trait, but to believe themselves to be strong and independent may result in this trait not being practiced enough, or maybe they show support in ways similar to how a man might show support, offering solutions and hugs, but not that level of feminine empathy. I don't know, I could be off. As a collective, the only group more comfortable with spreading hate than Gen Z is probably the KKK. The art of rage bait has risen faster than Jesus Christ, and will probably fall slower than Liam Payne. Neil Morpay is a professional troll first, and a professional footballer second. People are getting paid for making other people mad, so it kind of makes sense for somebody to hide like Jay Slater instead of being publicly humiliated. I get it. Changing times. Being born in the early 2000s, you would know that mental health wasn't really even a thing until like you were a teenager. It just wasn't a thing people spoke about 20, 15 years ago. So alongside technology, taxes, and politics, we also now have to adapt to our own mental well-beings. Gen Z pays for everything and owns nothing. I don't even own the games that I play on my PlayStation anymore, let alone thinking about owning some land or even maybe a house. Economically, we are P-Diddy fucked from behind, because never have we had to give so much to receive so little. Even insurance companies rub baby oil on our bank accounts, because even though we might not want insurance, we get told that we have to have it, and it isn't cheap, so they end up sucking us dry for what we do have, no meek mill. And this is all not even mentioning the work-life balance, jobs being lost due to cutting costs and AI, learning all the new social groups and issues like LGBT, class divide, climate change, political justice. To be honest, this video could be 2 hours long if I were to go into a deep dive, but I have to go to university now so I can live up to society's expectations. And that is all I have for mental health in Gen Z. Guys, what have I missed? Because there is an infinite amount of things that I've missed, so I better see you in the comment section. I want to discuss, I want to talk about it, and I still reply to every single comment, so don't feel shy when you're writing one. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and honestly, please share as well, because recently YouTube has been heavily looking into my account and trying to get all my videos taken down, hence why the last couple don't really have many views on them. Obviously, YouTube is really mainly a hobby for me. However, of course, I'd like to keep on doing better at the things that I like to do, and I just don't feel like YouTube's treatment has been fair of me, because every issue they've had, it's been resolved because I haven't done anything wrong. I've never broken any guidelines. But if we can't rely on their algorithm, then I just ask you guys to share it with who you can share it with. Before I sign out, since this is kind of a serious topic, I'll ask you to do one thing. Before the week is over, ask one single friend how they're doing mentally, because I promise you actually never know who even needs to be asked that question. I'll tell you how I'm doing pretty good, bruv. I'm doing pretty good. Only thing stressing me out right now is YouTube and university, but these are just two things that I can easily go over. So you ask your friend, and I'm asking you how you're doing, guys. I'll see you in the comment section down below, but until next week, peace and love.